Hello everyone, my name is Calvin Russell. I'm the CEO and founder of GoSimplyPro Credit Consultation. And today I want to talk to you guys about how does getting married affect your credit score and your credit report. A lot of people have heard a lot of different things out there, and I want to go over what's true and what's false, okay? A lot of stuff I'm going to be answering along the conversation, and because there's a lot of stuff that's out there, and I want to make sure that people get the right information from the right person, okay? For those who don't know or who haven't seen any of my videos, I'm a certified FICO professional. There are less than 4,000 of us nationwide. FICO used to have a training session where people can actually learn how the credit score works and the algorithm works, with how to improve your score, what makes your score decrease, things of that sort, okay? And the reason why I bring that up is because I know exactly what I'm talking about. I have a lot of clients that are improving their scores through my personal one-on-one program as well. If you're interested in that, I have information down at the bottom. I help couples all the time. I have individuals all the time. I help people buy their first home. I help people lower their car payments and things of that sort. But you'll see all of that at the website down at the link below. So, but either way, as far as on a marriage side, I've been married for over 7 years, luckily to my high school sweetheart. And I know that we've had a lot of different financial tribulations. I won't go into everything, but I do want to go over how I thought it affected my credit, because not just mine, but hers as well too, because there's a lot of different things that I didn't know until, as you get older, you start to figure things out, okay? But either way, so I remember, hiding cars around the corner so they wouldn't get repossessed. I remember paying rent and then seeing people that were paying what I was paying in rent. That was their mortgage, if not a little bit less. And when I saw that, I said to myself, okay, there's got to be a way for me to accomplish this, my wife and I, and then that way we can try to figure out how that's going to affect our credit. So the very first thing I want to go over that a lot of people don't know is that when you get married, your debts and your credit scores, they don't merge. Your debts don't merge. A person is one individual person. Another person is is an individual person. So the easiest way to explain it is that when you get married, the only thing that changes is you guys' names, okay? And really, no, that's if you guys even do that. So, but either way, as far as your debts and your finances, your student loans or whatever, it doesn't merge, okay? So it still stays completely separate. Even if your wife, even if she changes, the woman, I should say, even if she changes her last name, that doesn't mean that her debt just goes away, and that doesn't mean that it merges right over, okay? So don't worry, you won't be affected in that aspect, because I get that question all the time. But I do recommend that as you guys start to build your financial futures, I strongly recommend that you guys do number two. Don't put everything in one person's name. I see that so commonly, where most of the time the woman has the good credit and the man doesn't necessarily have the good credit. I wrote an article about that on my blog at GoSimplyPro.com/blog. I'll put that down the link below as well. And but I talked about that, and the problem is with that is that over time that person's debt to income on their credit report is going to be too high, okay? And in reality, those payments are being split down the middle, whether it be a mortgage or a car payment or rent, things of that sort. The problem is that if all of that is shown on a person's credit report, two things. One is, again, that's going to make the other person's debt to income extremely high. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the other person won't be really building any credit, because 9 times out of 10, when there's two incomes, when there's two people that are putting money on the table, whatever, however you guys do your finances, both people should be able to benefit from that, okay? So I tell people all the time, if you can't put it in the other person's name because of credit score, not debt to income, because sometimes student loans are playing a big role, in people's financial decisions. Like if you're looking to buy a home, if you're looking to buy a car, if you're looking to go back to school, a lot of times two people can't be on the same loan. They can be on the title, but they can't be on the loan. But then you'll find it out as you move forward down the line. But as far as your credit score goes, again, you want to make sure that if you can try to put both people on the loan itself, that way two people benefit from it. With credit cards, this is a lot easier, because as a credit card, you can add them as an authorized user. Most credit card companies don't charge anything to add someone as an authorized user to it. For example, Capital One will let you add up to 5 authorized users at the cost of 0. All you need is a social security number, first name and last name. That's it. It's completely optional to have a second credit card, but it's really not necessarily needed unless you want to get, not to say that you shouldn't give a second credit card to your spouse, but again, I strongly recommend that you have both you guys on at least a few of accounts. That way both you all are building credit together. That way down the line you're not putting just everything into one person's name. I've seen couples where all the big stuff goes in one person's name, all the small stuff goes into another person's name. That's fine as long as both are building credit together. Here's the deal. If there are 2 people in a relationship, there should be no reason there should be no reason a person should have a low credit score, because you can actually piggyback off of that other person, by becoming an authorized user. I wrote an article on that on my blog as well too, and there are also credit cards that allow you to add authorized users at no charge. I'm going to put the link up there as by the way, if you're interested. Okay, but either way, this can be accomplished. Okay, so that's the first. So number one, when you get married, the credits and the debts, the loans, the credit scores, they don't merge in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Number two, you want to make sure that if you can, try to get both names on a lot of your on everything that's on your credit report. So you're talking about credit cards, the auto loans, things of that sort. That way, both people are building credit at the same time. Okay. The third thing is that, well, I kind of already touched on. Make sure that you adding authorized users on each other's accounts, and again, but that's a decision that you and your spouse have to make. So, and by the way, you don't necessarily have to be married to take advantage of these benefits. You can be dating, or some people are living together or whatever, and they're already sharing checking accounts. They're already contemplating on co-signing. That's a whole nother video on co-signing, because that's technically what the other person is. But if you're married, there's a little bit more committed in the game, where you can kind of see the finances, versus if you're dating, a person can jet out, and then of course, that's a completely different ball game. Okay, so hopefully that helps a lot of you guys out there. That's one of the biggest questions I always get. So hopefully this video did help. If you like it, like it. If you want to share it, share it. If you want to keep up with all of the future videos that I have coming, be sure to subscribe to this channel. I promise I'm going to always have new material that's going to help you guys. And thank you guys so much. Have a great day.